Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire Tools.com. You know, lithium batteries have come such a long way in the last decade or so, and I didn't realize just how far they'd come till Brian came here from XBN 360. What can I do with a battery or a system from XBN 360?
Well, it's really limitless as far as your imagination goes, but outside of being able to start a vehicle, because the amp hour is a little bit high on that related to cranking amp, you can do anything you want. You can take a portable Aura cap and take it out to your picnic bench and watch a movie. You can run an air conditioner in some instances, and of course the fridge. It's important that the food in the fridge stays nice and cool.
So house batteries, I guess, is the
house
category.
batteries. That is correct.
And we're looking for our motorheads out there. We're looking at overlanders, folks who have RVs, maybe a boat, something like that.
Boat, RV, overlander. If you have an off-grid cabin, those types of applications work really well with this. It's light and very energy dense.
We're all used to the lead acid batteries we've had forever.
Yeah.
They don't last very long.
Yeah, lead acid, that's a tough one. I mean, the lead acid battery in my boat lasted a year and a half and wouldn't fire up. Went and had it tested. It dropped from 800 cranking amps to 500 cranking amps in a year and a half. This is about the size of a lead acid battery that you would have in a vehicle, and there's 3 times the power in that than you would have in a normal lead acid. And that's got a warranty of 12 years.
12 years.
So when you invest in our lithium, you get a much longer time that you can use this type of technology.
And how many cycles are we talking? How many times can you power this thing down? And
3,000 to 5,000. And you're powering up and down from 0 to 100% without damaging the battery because of the BMS that's included in the kind of in the green portion of the top there.
And with the lead acid batteries, of course, there's a safety issue because acid is in the title.
Yeah.
And then we see a lot of things in the news with lithium batteries catching fire and burning uncontrollably. How safe are batteries from XBN 360?
So this is the safest chemistry that you can get right now related to lithium ion. It's called lithium ion phosphate. You'll see it abbreviated as LiFePO. And so very, very safe, does not require a internal cooling system or anything like that. And the design qualities that we've built into our batteries with the rounded edges, with the fact that it's so densely packed in there. I mean, our batteries, if you can imagine, you can mount them on their side, upside down. There's many, many things that you can do with our batteries that you could not do with a traditional lead acid battery.
So the construction is superior. What about the quality of the cells, the actual batteries inside here?
Sure, so if you can imagine a D cell, they're about that size, and it's 4.0 amp hours in the D cell, and it's welded to a copper collector plate. And then all of the terminal endings in here are bolted down, so we try to minimize the solder in there, because if you can imagine in an RV or a boat application, that solder, if things are wiggling around, could break, and solder also adds additional resistance. But on top of all of that, all of our batteries are certified UL 1973 compliant, which is the highest safety standard for lithium-ion batteries. And they're also IP66 compliant, which that relates to the egress possibilities for dust and water, which makes these perfect for a marine environment. You can hook 3 of our 120 amp batteries together and use them for your trolling motor, and it's going to come back dry.
You brought 2 brand new things for show and tell.
Yep.
Tell me about the Aura power cap there.
So this is a power generator. It hooks onto our Series 24 batteries, so the Aura Power Cap 600. We have an 800 coming that will also work with the Series 27 batteries. But what this allows you to do is make your power portable. Okay, you can plug this into shore power. You can plug it in at home and charge it up when you take it with you, and you can plug in using 110, you can plug in using a cigarette lighter, or my favorite one, everybody's always asking me, how do I charge my iPhone, right? And the nice thing is it has a little power meter up here based on the power that you're actually using right now. It'll tell you how many more hours it's going to last, so you need to know when to go home.
And you also brought the GC2 with you. What does this do?
So this is our newest baby. This has all of the technology in it that some of it's going to end up trickling down to our batteries as well. The GC2 battery is a light EV. You'd probably know that as a golf cart battery. And it's 48 volt, 36 amp hour. And it has our proprietary Bluetooth in it. It's the XBeyond 360 Smart Talk. And so what you can do is these little terminals right here, those are CAN bus terminals, you can hook those up. So you can imagine if I had 6 of those in my battery, I can pull up my phone, I can see what the overall system looks like, and I can look at the health of all 6 batteries at the same time. It's pretty slick.
They thought of everything at Expion 360, so you don't have to. If you're getting out and about, you need a battery and a system from Expion 360. It's at expion360.com and at Expion 360 on all the socials. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Dragonfiretools.com in just a moment.
Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Campbell's Custom Care, your detail specialist. And by PaintedAutoBodyParts.com, the leading U.S. auto body parts online store.
Thanks for hanging out with us here at Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. The last time our friends at Dynabrade were here, they told us they were going to come out with a Rennie Doyle line of tools, and we figured the best guy to get in here to talk about it was Rennie Doyle himself. Rennie, what's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Thanks for coming in.
Can't believe I'm here.
Rennie is a master detailer. He's been doing this for 40-plus years. I'm not going to say you're old.
Yeah.
But he's been doing it for a long time. And he has come up with an idea, well, lots of ideas for Dynabrade for their new tools. So tell me what's special about this. This is the first tool in the series that's going to be coming along, hopefully, from Dynabrade here.
We think so.
Yeah.
You know, we think so. We're pretty excited. So first off, you know, kind of what's going on in the industry is that somebody comes up with a cool tool and then they private label it to all these different tool companies. And I had this wild idea. I've been working with these tools for a long time and went to Matt, a good friend of mine, worked with Dynabrade. I thought it would be a good marriage. I said, you know, I got this crazy idea about a tool. What do you guys think? And so we went from the ground up. It's been 3 years in the design. It went from an idea to kind of a vision to, you know, start pre-planning. And the last 18 months has been just coming up with a tool and a complete design from the ground up.
Okay, someone might look at this and say, at first glance, it's just a buffer, it's just a DA.
Right.
But what makes it different?
You know, probably is the interior of it. First off, it's a gear-driven tool, so it's not just a free spin. As you churn this, you can see that it's geared. So geared DA technology has been around for a while. It's nothing new. But Dynabrade, being who they are, is they threw a lot of new options onto this technology.
What are the drawbacks to something that's not geared?
You know, the biggest thing, a non-geared tool, DA is a great tool, right? This just takes it to another level. So when you have a traditional gear tool, they go into what's called a stall. And they'll stop spinning, they'll kind of rotate, and you're not getting the full effect of the opportunity to correct the paint. The other thing that happens too is it's a lot more labor intensive, is that when you've got a geared tool, is you can operate at slower speeds. Today's world, paints are thinner than ever, especially, you know, new cars.
Saves money for the automaker.
Yeah, it does. It saves a lot of money. But with that, you know, if you're at home working on your car, or you're a professional detailer, or even a body shop, and you're buffing things out, is that this is, it operates much like a rotary, but it's still a DA. And so that's where that kind of marriage of geared-driven DA, or a geared DA, comes into operation and works real well.
And there's some other design features to it, just the way it's the ergonomics.
Absolutely.
Something you've put a lot of thought into.
A lot of thought. So just the length of the tool, if you look at the tool length, it's longer. We extended it. Somebody that's got, I don't have huge hands, but somebody that does, I like to drop my hand back. It's easy to pick up. It's very stable. That's one of the complaints that we heard about a lot of other tools. You can reach underneath and grab it. And then the handle. So the handle is really ergonomically correct. It gives you a nice position. Very low profile. This is very close to the paint. And again, our whole idea of this was to take and allow us to do as little damage. You know, a lot of people don't know that, is when you're polishing paint, you're actually taking minute amounts of clear coat off of the paint. And so we wanted to minimize that so you've got a longer lasting paint job that looks better.
What are the applications for this? Who's going to be using this?
You know, this is really what's cool is, you know, professional detailer. I've detailed Air Force One to all the way down to average everyday, you know, cars.
Only Air Force One.
Only Air Force One. And so with this being said, is we wanted a tool that a body shop could pick up. And the biggest thing in business right now is scalability because of manpower, right? This tool is very easy to train on, is it doesn't take a lot of time to master it. You're looking at a rotary, it could take you years to get it down. So the body shop, the professional detailer, and then the serious car guy, people like us, is that, you know, in the soul of me is a car guy. I just happen to be in the car business and pretty fortunate.
What are some of the features about this that make it accessible and easily used by the amateur, the weekend warrior, and then the pro as well?
Well, I think some of the key factors is the fact that it's so smooth, that it's not jerky, and the fact that it's an offset, so it's a throw. And we even came down, there's throws on DAs. You can go anywhere from, on a forced action, from 5mm throw, which is an offset. It means the pad's centered and how far it will travel out. And so common on anything that's geared is anywhere from 5 or 8, and ours is 6.8. We tested it all the way down to where right now that's the final, that was the best. That was taking the horsepower we had and taking a smooth machine, a smooth delivery, and making it perfect. So with the operator, no matter if you're working in your garage, with your body shop, or your professional detailer, is that throw and combination of torque and horsepower. It just makes for a smooth delivery, and with that, it's easier to learn, and it doesn't wear you down. There's not fatigue.
So much thought has gone into the Rennie Doyle series from Dynabrade. They've been innovating for 50 years, and that continues. And remember, the perfect finish begins and ends with Dynabrade. You can find this and a whole lot more at Dynabrade.com. And you can find more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com when we come back. Keep it right here.
Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, coming to you from the Campbell's Custom Care Studio.
This is Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. Tires are so important to your vehicle. They help it do everything: start, stop, help you handle in the wet weather. And of course, you want to look for a tire that's high quality, but you also want to look for low prices. And that's where Priority Tire comes in. Now, Dimitri, you are the president and CEO of Priority Tire. What does Priority Tire offer for the folks that may not have seen your website?
We offer a wide selection of tires. We're able to ship it to you quickly, to our customers. We have great prices. We have about 6 locations around the US, so we always near you, so near a customer, so we're able to ship it fast. If we don't have a tire in stock, we're connected to many distributors. We have access to over 50 million tires at any given point. So we have availability, we have prices, and it's easy to use. When you come to our site, you can find the tires by vehicle, by size, then you can filter down by type, performance, you name it, brand, model. So we make it easy and convenient. We also make it easy to pay for it. We have many payment options.
Okay, if I'm buying a tire online, do I have to put the tire on myself?
No, there are many options. Many customers have their own mechanic that they trust and they go to, and we are willing to ship it to that mechanic so they don't have to change. We also recommend folks in their area where they live. They just let us know how many miles radius they're willing to drive to put them on. We have great selection. So when you select, you like the tire, we'll ship it to you, to your door, to your house, or to your business, or we'll actually ship it to the installer. So it's easy, convenient.
Do I pay Priority Tire, or do I pay the installer for the installation?
You pay the installer. With the installers, we recommend. They have fair prices, great service. We make sure we pick the good installers. We don't just pick anybody in your area. We make sure they have a reputation, they have good reviews. We have had customers there go before. We just want to make sure our customer is satisfied.
And they also want to be satisfied by the quality of the tire.
Yeah, you can get the cheapest tire out there and you think you're the happiest, but you're not. You want to make sure the tire handles well, the quality is there, lasts long enough, and whatever the performance you're looking for, whether it's off-road tire, on-road performance tire, or it's rugged terrain. So we want to make sure it has all the qualities that you're looking for, but we also want to make sure we sell you a tire that's well built and it's going to last you. So yeah, the quality is extremely important to us. We want to make sure you're going to come back to us again, and we want to make sure you're satisfied with the purchase you make. We do buy good to sell good, but the price is not the main thing here.
And you said you want to make sure folks are satisfied with the tire they get. What if there's an issue? What if they just don't like the ride or the sound or something about the tire and they're just not happy with it?
Hey, it happens. And we're here to help. We have customer service 7 days a week. We are here to help. If there is an issue, you call us, you text us, through social media, you chat us, however you want to get to us, we're here to listen, and we're here to help. We'll exchange the tire, we'll get you another one, we'll make sure you're satisfied.
And that, of course, covers the guarantee on your side at Priority Tire. What about the tire itself? For wear, how is it warranted?
We research the manufacturer, and whatever the manufacturer's guarantees for that particular tire, we'll describe on our website. So for example, the tire you reviewed today is Venom Power. It's 50,000 miles. right? So you will get the 50,000 miles. If you don't, we'll go to the manufacturer and claim for you.
You mentioned these Venom Power tires that we got for our Ram pickup truck here at Motorhead Garage. May not be a brand folks have heard of, but you said they've been around for a long time.
They've been around for a while, and they make a quality tire. It's a great everyday tire. You can ride it on a highway, a street, but it's also great for all road. It's a XT design, so it's more for the extreme off-road, but it's 50,000 miles, a well-built tire. They make it in 10-ply, 12-ply. There are many different sizes available. That's a very good quality tire for the price especially.
How much work do you put into vetting the different tire suppliers, the manufacturers, and tires they make?
We do our homework. We make sure that, yeah, we can buy in stock tires, that we want to make sure when we sell the tire to our customer, they're not dissatisfied with the quality. We do spend quite a bit of time making sure that the tires are made at good factories, reputable factories, and that our customer is going to be happy driving it, not just buying it. The whole process, yeah, we got it down. It's easy to go on the website, easy to buy, easy to check out, financing options are there. That's all great, but we want to make sure the customer is happy every day that they're driving on that tire.
Now, I was looking through your website and I saw that there's a place where you can become a member at Priority Tire. What kind of benefits do you get with that?
If you become a member, you get all the promos, all the best promos that we offer throughout the year. You get better pricing on most tires. Also, you get the discounts. Whenever we have any kind of promotion, any kind of discounts, we go ahead and send them to you. So I highly recommend to become a member.
And when you look through the website, all kinds of discounts listed for other folks too. Who's getting some money off at Priority Tire?
Veterans, first responders, medical workers, teachers. We are very grateful for what they do, and we want to make sure we give back.
I'm sure the question everybody wants to know, how long does it take to get my tires once I order them?
We have locations all over the country, so we have 5-6 warehouses strategically located closer to a customer. So we make sure you get them within 2-3 days. Sometimes 4 it might take, but in most cases, within 2-3 days, you get the tires.
You're getting quality tires, you're getting them fast, and you're getting free shipping at PriorityTire.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com, so don't touch that dial.
Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. Industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage. And brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics. Next Gen, the most powerful detailing products ever made. And by Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977.
A quality and professional brake job consists much more than just slapping pads on. Welcome to this Amsoil Tech Tip. Now, when professionals do a brake job, they do a lot of little things that make the difference, and one of them is lube the caliper slides. And you can do this right out in the driveway. It's simple to do. But let's take a look at two types of calipers. Well, they're moving calipers because they move. I'll show you that in a minute. But the first one here, this is actually a floating caliper, and it floats on pins. And the other one is called a sliding caliper, and it actually slides on those support keys. Now, of course, Motorhead Garage, we're going to show you how they actually work. So if you look right here, you come down, this is actually a floating caliper, and it floats back and forth on these pins. So what happens is when the pad hits the rotor, the whole caliper actually moves. It's a moving caliper, and then the outboard pad will actually contact the rotor. On the sliding one, well, the same thing here. It's got to move back and forth. So these slides are going to push the whole caliper back. There it goes. It slides back, and then when it hits it, it moves forward. But it's important to keep them clean. Now, why is that? Well, you can see right here. This is called a square cut seal. And the square cut seal's in the piston, and when it moves, it distorts a little bit. And that's the only thing pulling those pads away from those rotors, Glenn. And here it is right here. This is a cutaway. This is so cool. So you can see this little seal right here. Just think about that for a minute. That just distorting that much pulls those pads away from that rotor. Man, it's important to keep brakes clean when you're doing a brake job.
Exactly. You don't want to have buildup on any of those parts. No dust, no grime or grease or rust or anything. You got to make sure that it's clean.
And you guys got a product to do that.
We do. Our brake cleaner, it's got a real high solvency, so it's going to cut through any of that grease and grime that builds up on there. And we've got a nice high pressure can, so you're going to get some pressure. Be careful while you're spraying it. And then it dries and gets out of the way real quick, so you can apply that lube.
There you go. You demo it for us. I got a pin out right here. Go ahead and let it rip, man. Give me a blast. There you go. That's fine. Look at that. And then wipe it here and clean it, and things like brand new. You may want to take it to a wire wheel, but make sure it's clean. Now go to the Amsoil website. Check out their brake cleaner and all their products.
Our paintedautoparts.com Motorhead of the Week, Todd Summer out of Denver, North Carolina. Todd's dad worked for International Harvester when Todd was just a kid, so naturally that's where his love of international vehicles began. Now he's currently restoring a 1950 panel truck. That was a barn find. Todd has a Travelall as well, and his pride and joy is a 1980 Scout diesel that's super hard to find, and Todd bought it back in 1986 with a blown engine for only $500. Now it's the talk of the town wherever he takes it. In fact, the vehicle won Best in Show at the Southern Scouts Nationals just this year. Look, you don't have to be a collector to be our Motorhead of the Week. You just have to love cars or trucks or motorcycles, boats, planes, whatever, as long as it goes. Just go to motorheadgarage.tv. Tell us your story. Tell us why you or someone you know should be Motorhead of the Week. Thanks for joining us here at Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. Come on back next week because we're going to do it again. We'll see you then.